was it like bringing out Peyton Manning, Charles Woodson, Ike Taylor this week? What did it mean to have them here?
Well, I just like their presence. Mike Cypher is a great punter. The Chargers was here for the last few days, and they're just great resources. There's a lot of free time. There's a lot of time in the hotel, and sometimes the mental approach to the game, getting on a schedule, a professional schedule during the season. Sometimes you can tweak your schedule, get a little bit better, but they're as good of players as there is at their positions, and to have them as resources is a great thing. I've always tried to do that.
What led you guys to let Giorgio go before preseason games?
Well, I think the young kid is really kicking the ball well, and it's hard to get a right-footed kicker and a left-footed kicker and the holder in the operation tight enough. And Nugent is a guy that we have a lot of familiarity with. I just think the two right-handed kickers is going to help the operation. The snapper, and nobody talks about the snap and hold. Everybody thinks it's all the kickers. But the operation will be much better, and Tavecchio's a good kicker. We wanted to see if he could catch on with another team. But we appreciate Giorgio. He's a pro. He did a lot of good things for us, and we've got a battle still at the kicking position.
Coach, P.J. Hall came off the PUP on Wednesday. What have you seen from him in the last couple of days?
Well, he's a hard guy to block. He's what we thought he was. He's a powerful guy. He doesn't look like the biggest defensive tackle in the league, but he is a powerful, stout, quick, penetrating inside presence that we need here. We have not had enough inside pass rush, and hopefully, we get the full strength on the outside and improve inside, and we might have something.
Rich said the other day that you had seen Switzer while you were doing college ball. What did you see out of him that made you want to go get him?
I love Switzer. I think he's one of the best punt returners of college football, perhaps the history of college football. He's as good as I saw. And I'm 54. I wasn't around, to say I saw everybody, but hell of a returner. Very productive receiver. Incredible stop and start quickness, and he's a courageous, tough guy. He's a little guy, but he is not afraid of playing and going inside. And I like that. He's got the qualities I'm looking for in a slot receiver.
We saw Aitman a couple of days in a row go way up and bring balls down. Today we saw him sink to his knees and make a catch. Is he a little farther along than you thought he was? About what you thought he was?
Oh, he's farther along. He's going to get on the field if he keeps playing. We had a personnel meeting the other night, and everybody's talking about Aitman, and we're going to play the best guys. And right now, he's earning the right to get on the field.
Does he have special teams?
Yeah, he does.
Responsibilities?
He's going to help on special teams. That's what you want in a young receiver, a guy that can be a gunner or hold-up guy that can compete on the coverage teams and learn how to be an NFL receiver. But he has put a lot of time in, and again, I just give Edgar Bennett a lot of credit. Edgar Bennett, the Packers have done an outstanding job as an organization drafting and developing their own at that position. And Edgar Bennett has a lot to say with the emergence of a lot of these young receivers. I like Saeed Blacknall also.
With Aitman emerging, you guys have sort of a cluster of a ton of receivers. Would you maybe look to trade one of those weapons before the season rather than cutting them?
It's too early to say that right now. We haven't even really broke a sweat yet. We got to play a couple of these preseason games and see how it all shakes out. But we do like what we've seen the first 2 weeks of camp.
Well, thinks Switzer a good fit for your offense? Because that was one thing he didn't really get to do a whole lot.
He fits any offense. He's in a tough position in Dallas with Cole Beasley as the slot. They obviously had a surplus, and they went a different direction with Tavon Austin. I don't know what they did, but he fits what we need. He's a guy that can change the game, I think, on third down. He's a tough matchup. He is quick, and he has vertical speed. He has special teams ability, and we'll just see if he's strong enough to be a durable player in the last 16 weeks. We'll see.
What you've learned from Martavis since he got here, what are you counting on from Martavis this season?
He's got to get out here and play better. He's got to get out here. He's in a competitive situation, and right now, a lot of the other receivers have had a nice camp. He's just got to learn the offense. He's got to stay out here. He's had some illnesses. He's got to get on the field. He's got to master the offense and become more versatile. And that's a key to making this team better.
What do you attest to him being a little bit behind in terms of learning the offense at this point?
I'm not saying he's behind. I'm saying he's just got to be more versatile. I'm not going to say any more than that. He's in a competitive situation. Nothing's going to be given to anybody. It doesn't matter how you got here or what your history card says. We need everybody to understand the best players are going to play, and he's got to be more consistent, and I'm confident he will.
9 practices in, John. How's Derek looking to you right now? I mean, is he all you thought, or is there still some things that he's doing that are surprising you?
He's doing really well. Yeah, he's doing really well. He's doing really well. If the coach doesn't screw him up, we have a chance to have a heck of a quarterback.
Has he thrown an interception yet in camp?
I don't think we've thrown any interceptions other than the one we had the first day here.
Yeah.
Bruce Irvin was surprised us dropping in coverage.
Yeah.
I think Connor Cooks and E.J. Manuel have also done well, but it all starts with number 4. He has set a real tone here behind the scenes in terms of his desire. I mean, he is working, man. He is working. He's all business. He's got a cannon, and he understands what he's doing. And there's not a lot we can't do systematically with him. But we got to make sure Colton Miller, the young receivers, the new tight ends, everybody is up to the same speed. And I think they're excited about the possibilities with Derek Carr having some freedom at the line of scrimmage.
When Gary went down, you said you didn't really have a timetable. You thought a couple weeks might be fair, but do you know any more now?
I saw him out here yesterday in the walkthrough. I was really encouraged by that. You just keep that timetable as it is. It'll be a couple weeks. We'll see what happens. We'll update you when we know something. But he was out here at the walkthrough, and that's a real good sign yesterday.
What's Gabe Jackson's status right now?
He got knocked around. Like I said, we sat down 17 guys. I think Gabe will be back on Monday. But in the time being, we're really pleased with Feliciano. He's played center for us. He's really hung in there and done a nice job at right guard. Cable's made a difference here. These guys are buying into the system. They came back a lot lighter, and Gabe's going to be fine, but we sure need him.
John Feliciano, he stepped in the past and he looks like a starter when he's called upon. How do you guys view him as that reserve on all 3 interior line spots?
Well, it's going to be hard to start at center or either guard here. I don't care who you are. We have, we think, the best that there is at those positions, but, it's a long season, and, you never know. So you have a guy here who's capable of going in and playing in the pivot, making all the calls. And if Kelechi needs to miss some time, we have a guy go play left guard, or if Gabe needs some time, he can step in like he's done the last 2 days. So Simmons and Feliciano have stepped up inside for us.
You've talked a lot about what a great holder Johnny Townsend is. What does that do for him just to be able to focus on one side instead of alternating each day?
I think it's big. I think it's big for the snapper too. Everything's different. So the hold, I was a holder in college. That's about all I could do. I was a backup player. Most of the time I was holding, and it's a tough job. Some kickers want the ball upright, some want it angled a certain way. You got to spin the laces. You got to handle a bad snap. So it's important that you have some consistency in terms of how you put the ball down.
Coach, Colton Miller has been lined up at the left all offseason. With Donald Penn possibly coming back soon, have you thought about playing Miller at the right tackle spot?
Yeah.
Not yet?
Donald Penn is going to have to come back out on the field here and obviously get himself going again. It'll take a little time. But we love what Colton Miller's doing. And we'll address that situation when it happens. But it'd be a good situation to have.
You guys added a lot of secondary pieces over the summer. What have you seen from them?
Well, we got a long way to go to see who the starters are going to be. Obviously Conley's injury has opened up the door for everything. And Eric Harris, he broke his finger. He's been out the last few days. It's wide open at the safety position. So the Lions coming in here, dealing with Matt Stafford and these Lion receivers will be a great test. And we'll formulate our depth chart after Lion weekend.
When do you expect Harris to be back?
He should be back on the field Monday.
Same thing with Donald Penn. Any update there?
Not yet. He's getting close, though.
Colton Miller, how much has he improved over these first 9 days?
Unbelievable. Not only is he having to block some really good players, he's got to adjust on the fly a lot because we're changing speeds. We're going no huddle. We're changing plays at the line of scrimmage, and it's not an easy thing to do. But he's done an excellent job.